Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You guys are now tuned into Crazy Girl TV. At Crazy Girl TV, we are crazy, Christian, cultured, and we got a whole lot of common sense. So let's go. So guys, this is a reaction video, but I already watched the video, so you guys are not going to be seeing me actually react to the video. So this is my reaction that I'm telling you guys, so I don't know how to say it any other way than it's a reaction video, if that makes sense. Like, because I was like, well, what do I say after I already watched the video? Well, it's a reaction, so I'm telling you guys my reaction after I watched the video. So this is like after I watched the video. So I watched this video. The video is entitled, I think it's 24-year-old visits heaven and hell. And I like to watch stuff like that. I've always liked to watch things like that. I feel like stuff like that, like once you give your life to God, you need to watch things like that. It keeps you in line, keeps you in order, keeps you going down the right way. Because baby, you don't want to be about, die, and then next thing you know, you're in the elevator to hell. I love what he said. I love his testimony. I'm not speaking against anybody else's testimony to what they've experienced when they've had that afterlife experience and they've come back. But I can honestly say when he said his testimony, I felt that. So I'm watching this video, and first he talks about, did he go to, oh, he went to hell first. Now, I've heard people say they went to hell and there was fire. The Bible literally says that the fire comes after. You know what I'm saying? But he was just saying how his thoughts were just terrible. And, it was like his worst thoughts. And it was hot and it was dry and it was no water and there was just people all around. But, like, he just had all these bad thoughts. You know what I mean? And it was just stone, and he was walking on stone, and he was like, it was just terrible. It was just mourning and crying, and nobody could talk to anybody because everybody is losing their minds. You get what I'm saying? And you want God, it's a God, but you can't reach him. And the last thing that I want to be is somewhere where I'm not in God's presence. And that really made me think about it. I'm like, God, please. Like, that's when that kind of nudged me to go forth and doing and getting some things right and some things that I didn't want to, let go, and letting God really take control over my whole entire life. That's my goal. But what really touched me was when he said that he went to heaven. I was like, my breath was taken away. Usually I watch a lot of people that say that they went to heaven, and everybody has a different encounter, and I'm not discounting them and saying that they weren't telling the truth, but this man's testimony is next level, you guys. It's literally like, oh my God, it's life-changing. Like, if I wasn't in the position that I was in now, I would literally be like, wow, like my life has changed from that testimony. If it didn't make you want to give your life to God, I don't know what wouldn't want to make you. A lot of people don't want to watch it because it talks about hell, and people don't want to think about that. Like, oh, I don't want to think about going to hell, but this is serious. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times we be playing with it, and it's like I'm like telling God, I'm like, yo, I don't want to play with this anymore. Like, I'm not here to play anymore. Like, I don't want to be ashamed of you. I don't want to be ashamed of your presence. And I don't want to be, I used to be like so scared to be like, yeah, I'm saved now, because you don't want other people to look at you and judge you if you do something wrong. And I used to be so quick to tell people, yeah, they ain't saved because they do this. They ain't saved because they do that. But you are on the other side, and you don't even know what the struggle is to live this lifestyle, especially here on this earth. And when he described heaven, he described hell, he said it was dry, he said it was terrible, like he says the worst you could think about. But I just really want to, not that I don't want to listen, hell is real, okay? And not that I don't want to focus on that, but the way he described heaven took my breath away. And usually, I want to live right because I'm like, I don't want to go to hell, you know what I'm saying? But when he described heaven, it just made me want to live right even more, because I'm like, I gotta get there. like I gotta see, you know what I mean? And it reminded me of that song, Take Me to the King. And when he described God and how God sat on the throne, and he said that God was like an iridescent being, and he was like, it was just this ultimate peace. Um, and I'm like, wow. He was like, he didn't, so many people that say that they've had that encounter have said that they didn't want to come back because they was like, the air was so fresh. He said, you aren't no glowing being, you are there. Um, and it just made me want to be like, tell my friends about God and spread the message. Because it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, wow, he said that there was like, he described it literally like it was in the Bible. And this man, this guy don't even know the Bible like that. You know what I mean? So it just was crazy. He was like, he had these double-headed lions or something like that. I would put the scripture of how God was on the throne, and he said God didn't even speak. He was just there. And I was like, wow, God, you are amazing. Like, I literally, his testimony left me like breathless. And I'm like, wow. And he said he just wanted to sit there at his feet all day, just worshiping God. Like, maybe he didn't even get to see the rest of heaven, how beautiful it was, because he just wanted to be at the throne. And I'm like, that's where I want to be. Like, I just want to be like in God's presence and like want to be in God's presence. And I want to have a relationship with him. And I don't want him to ever say like, depart from me. Like, I want to be at that intimate space with God. Like, that's what I really want. Like, you know what I mean? And that just reassured everything I wanted. And I thank God for me giving my life to him, for me being here, you know what I mean? And it also made me think like, what am I doing for God? And that's what I want to do. There was another lady who had a testimony about it, that she had went to heaven, and I think she just went to heaven. She said that when you get to heaven, it was either a guy or a girl. She said nothing matters but what you did for God. So I was like, while I'm here on this earth, I gotta do for him. You know, it may not be cool. It may not be what other people want to see all the time, but I'm like, I gotta do it for him. Because in the end of the day, a lot of people, I just pray their soul just recognizes who God is. He's like, sometimes I just be like, God is not even who we think he is. He's so merciful and so kind. I mean, he is like, he'll let you know, but his love just is amazing. I've been listening to Kurt Franklin Love. Um, and I just can't even believe how much he literally like loves me, even at times where I don't want to speak to him and I'd be mad at him and stuff. So just watch that testimony, you guys. It's so beautiful. And I encourage you to, I know that hell scares some people, but I encourage you not to be scared, because first of all, hell wasn't even made for you. It was made for the devils and his angels. But since people want to act up, God had to send some of y'all there. So just get it right and live for God. Like, it's not as hard as people think it is. It's not as bad. It's amazing. It's ultimate peace, ultimate happiness. There's some days where I wake up and I want to be sad. And I'm like, when I think about God, when I think about Jesus, when I think about all of that, like, it just gives me this ultimate peace that nothing could compare to. So I thank God, and I hope God keeps me on this. I'm going to speak positive and speak life into myself. I know that God is going to keep me on this path. I just pray that he keeps me from the devil's devices. And if you made mistakes and stuff like that, God ain't worried about what you did 5 minutes ago. Just fix it and ask him to help you. You know, you ain't going to change overnight. I'm an advocate for that. You ain't going to change overnight. But if your mind and your heart is in the right place, he will change you. He will turn you into a completely different person, and I know that for a fact. So I love you guys, and I hope that you guys watch that testimony, because it literally touched me so much. And I will see you guys later. Bye.